Welcome to True Jamaica Buzz News and Entertainment with a Buzz. This one is called Warning, Warning, Warning. We've seen the regular police, we've seen the high ranking police, we've seen the Deputy Commissioner of Police, Assistant Commissioner of Police, Security Minister, Justice Minister, Commish. Everybody's sending out a warning to these young men out there that have aspirations of being criminal or involved in criminal activity. They're letting them know, listen, is either you turn around your life, turn yourself into the police if you're on that wanted list, or else it is going to be dead on sight. If you put up any sort of resistance, whenever the police comes for you, you are going to be taken out. Take you out and ask questions later. Controversial takeaway. I am going to let your Prime Minister, the head of state, after all those warnings that you've gotten, explain to you in intricate details what is going to happen, just in case you did not see the message in the bottle. You did not get the memo. Take a listen, take a look.
And we're going to continue, and I use this platform to say to all the criminals, all the people who consider themselves shotters, who believe that they can commit crimes and you won't be found out, we know you. We are going to find you. And I believe they're getting the message. Every murder that is committed, we are going to find the person who pulled that trigger. And I want that message to go out to every little shotter, every little gunman, every little don who thinks that he is anonymous or that communities are going to hide him. Forget it. You think you're going to go across the border and flee to the US? No, we have made very strong strategic relations with our partners internationally. We will find you wherever you are. So we are not going to relent. We're going to continue to push, and we're going to drive this murder rate right below the regional average. You know, we are celebrating, Minister Bartlett, 4 million visitors. That's not our potential. We are underperforming. We should be having 10 and 15 million people coming to visit our shores, stay in our hotels, stay in our Airbnbs, visit our communities. We are not realizing our potential because the 1,000 or so criminals have held us hostage. And those people who are only concerned about the criminals and not the victims, we are not going to allow you to win.
So, people, you've heard from all of the stakeholders. You've heard from all involved. People that have a vested interest in the police, in Jamaica being a safe place for one and all, a safe place to raise their children. The average Jamaican, young and old, just want a place in which they can conduct their daily routine without fear of being preyed on, without fear of being hurt or injured or conned up. If we cannot have those basic necessities, then Jamaica definitely is not a safe place. So people, we've seen all of the gunmen that has been taken out in excess of about 111 thus far. At least 80 to 90% of those criminal elements, the others controversially, questionably. So the Prime Minister make you know, say, listen, you're messing up the people, them lifestyle, you're messing up the tourist interests, the goose that laid the golden egg, because if you know anything about tourism, Jamaica is highly dependent on tourism. I think most of its GDP comes from tourism. So we do not want you to mess with that goose that laid the golden egg, because whenever tourists hear about all the crime and violence in Jamaica, it is going to hinder them. It is going to make them think twice. So even though the tourism interest is booming right now, it could be much, much better. So the moral of the story is that Jamaica has a big problem, as in violence and crime. And the only way to get rid of that problem is to nip it right where it starts, make it end right there. So whomever is causing this problem, they have two options. It's either they are going to see the judge, see themselves in a prison for a long extended time, or even better, see their maker, meaning that the police is going to be the judge, the jury, and very importantly, the executioner, justifiably so, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, based on the video edited version that you see playing on the screen as I speak, is of a video that has been making its round over social media. You could see one individual walking with a knapsack on his back. A couple of meters later, you could see a man running towards him with a board. When he realized that he was being chased by this man, the man that was running, 46-year-old Dwayne Dennis, the man that was running after him, the suspect, 39-year-old Orlando Johnson. Mr. Dennis is said to be a truck driver. Based on the information, it is said that they had an argument. That argument escalated, turned physical. Mr. Dennis then walked away. While he was walking away, going about his business, he was then chased by Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson then used the board, caught him, knocked him over. The man was seen on the ground because of YouTube's policy. I cannot show you that part of the video. He was seen on the road, panning back a try to block the lick them with him foot, with him hand. However, it did not pan out as he had anticipated or would have hoped. The man lick him couple times, lick him cross him back, lick him cross him head, and while he fell, knocked out, pretty much unconscious, Mr. Johnson then used the board and bashed him a couple of times in his head. Mr. Johnson then ran away from the scene of the crime. However, he was chased by persons that was there and he was turned over to the police. He will be officially charged because that man was taken to the hospital. However, the injuries that he had, he did not make it. Very sad state of affairs in Jamaica. These people feel as if they cannot solve any problem by just coming to an amicable agreement. Just walk away, count to 10. No, these people want to clot you, they want to beat you, they want to juke you up, they want to pie you up. And then the next thing you know, one person is gone and the next person is going to the big yard. Premeditated or murder, first degree, point blank and period.
Guys, when you're out there on the road and police stop, you don't need to ask the identification. So then find 4 youth that don't Clarendon and were dressed up like a police who are grown and take on the car and the money and something them and a seize and things them. See the real police find them and lock them up.
So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called Old Time Submit Come Back Again. There's been a very disturbing trend in Jamaica over the past couple of years, wherein persons impersonating police in a police hat, police vest, even police siren, then pull over unsuspecting persons, whether you are walking or whether you're in your motor vehicle, especially on the highway. They then act as if it is a routine stop. While they are stopping you and frisking you, they then relieve you of your goodies, meaning chain, watch, cash, and even if you have a gun, more than likely, you're not going to make it. Well, people, we saw that trend, it was popping before, maybe a couple of years ago, maybe last year again, maybe the year before last. However, it is back again as a resurface. So what this tells us is that these people, them watch the trend. Them realize whenever something gets hot, as in this trend, the police they on the beat for about a few days, 9-day attack, and then them cool off. So we know these criminal elements in Jamaica, them watch and test the temperature. See what is hot, find innovative way to do negative stuff as in robbery. So once them see that the police is not really watching or paying attention like that anymore, then they start to do the same old ish again. Until, of course, the police buck up in them. And like the saying goes, every day that the bucket goes to the well, one day the bottom is going to fall out. So we see that the bottom of the barrel fall out for these 4 individuals. However, as 4 is locked up, 4,444 more are going to be willing to take their place because them feel as if it is like 1, 2, 3. They can do the same thing until the police puts a stop to it. Be the judge, the jury, and most importantly, the executioner. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is based on the edited version of the picture that you see on the screen as I speak. It's of a young man laying at the back of the police vehicle. eyes pointing to the skies, eyes wide shut. DEAD like a net. He was seen in a black hoodie. The police pull off the hoodie off him head. He also had on a bandana, a purple bandana to be specific. What was most noticeable in that picture with the arrow that was pointing at that picture is that he had a big hole to the side or the back of his self. That hole looked like about 4 inches wide, gaping wound them call it. I hope that that was the exit wound from the police piping him up from the back and then it exit through the side. Now people, obviously because of YouTube's policy, I cannot show it. Based on the information that I got, it is said that this man was a wanted man. He was in a confrontation with the police in a place known as Green Island. Green Island is in Hanover. Let's just say he got the SHITTY end of the stick. He did not make it, unfortunately, for him and his family. Fortunately for Jamaica and the JCF, a job that is superbly done. This man, the hoodie that he had on, he had the tag on it. So now he has that tag on his shirt that is going to complement that tag that is going to be on his toe tag in the fridge in a Madden or someplace appropriately, conveniently in a Hanover. Moral of the story is this: young men out there, wise up, see what is going on. The police is batting, correction, shooting 100%. Whenever there's any sort of confrontation, usually the gunman is going to end up at Schitt's Creek without a paddle. Doom, destination, that is point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is based on a couple of pictures that have been making their rounds on social media. First picture shows Babsy Grange with friends, close confidants of Usain Bolt. In the left of that picture, you see Delroy Chuck. The second picture shows your Prime Minister Andrew Holness on the right side of Usain Bolt and his mom. The third picture shows Mr. Bruce Golden, shows Andrew Holness, and I think it shows Dr. Horace Chang. So we see a lot of politicians were in attendance, rightfully and justifiably so. However, being the type of person that I am going to say the picture with Babsy Grange, and yes, people should pay their respect. Usain Bolt is an honorable person. Usain Bolt has done a whole lot for Jamaica, the culture. This is the same Babsy Grange that was there when Usain Bolt was in his prime, making Jamaica proud. This is your Prime Minister, present Prime Minister of Jamaica, leader of the Jamaica Labour Party. He is representing for the government of Jamaica, justifiably so. Bruce Golden, former Prime Minister. Dr. Horace Chang, Security or Justice Minister. One of them, it does not really matter to me. He's doing a lousy job. Yes, we see that the commissioner is making all sorts of things happen. However, Mr. Chang is not the most brightest, sharpest tool in the shed. That is the point I'm trying to make. Now, people, isn't it ironic? And I wonder how Usain Bolt truly feels. Did he feel honored to know that these politicians are in his presence? These politicians that used to cheer for him in his prime. However, the culture minister could not help him when he was robbed of his 12-point-something millions of dollars. The government of Jamaica, being Andrew Holness, stood there and watched as the finance minister, security minister did absolutely nothing. Such is the case as it pertains to Dr. Horace Chang. So my point is this: I find it very hypocritical that the same people that cheer and jump for you, say Ray, is the same people that turn a blind eye, see and blind, hear and deaf as it pertains to SSL. People, what do you think that Usain Bolt thinks about the representation from politics? Did he overlook the fact that these people weren't there when I needed them most? And yes, I need them now for moral support. However, whenever they are supposed to do the right thing, it seems as if they go absent again. Poof, gone with the wind. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, don't know if there's something in the water in a St. Mary. St. Mary used to be a peaceful, tranquil place. However, we say 2024, 2025, things have changed drastically for the worse. People are get caught up, people are lose their life on a daily basis. Well, it seems as if it has become contagious in the school with the pick them. Don't know if these children were introduced to some lace, meaning chronic lace, meaning weed lace candy, and it give them too much energy and it give them too much fighting power. Based on the information it is said and videos that are out there, cannot show because of YouTube's policy against violence against kids. It is said to have taken place at the St. Mary High School. There were 2 fights back to back, boy versus girl, girl versus boy. In both cases, we see that instead of stopping it, instead of intervening, these children were cheering them on as if they were in some sort of MMA fight. Even at the case as it pertains to the girl versus girl, like I said, I cannot show because of YouTube's policy. The teacher intervened, and while the teacher intervened, those 2 children were still fighting. The teacher was in the middle. He was probably getting crowd up, kicked up, punched up, rete, lele. It was hopeless. Now, people, I don't know what is going on in Jamaica because I am not going to say that back in the days we did not used to have any sorts of fight in the school. But people were not bringing any guns to the school. Persons were not bringing any knife to the school. People just fight it out like 2 man or 2 little picnic. Decent picnic back in the days that is. So fast forward a couple of decades later, and these children seems as if them are gunman in a training, them are gangster in a training, them are killer in a training, them are MMA fighter in a training. It seems as if our educational institution have become penal institution, and everybody, meaning the system, get FUCK. People, it is a very sad state of affair. We have to ask, where are the parents? Because obviously, the police can't control them, the teacher can't control them, the dean of discipline can't control them, the principal can't control them. It is a very sad state of affair whenever you as a parent have your picnic and them come to school and acting like some vagabonds. But it seems as if this has now become the norm rather than the exception. Sad state of affair, point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.